Hey guys, we're back.
Dumb.
I know it's been a little while. We've been working on going through the script, or more so he has. But we're gonna cover some things. We've noticed we've missed a lot of things. For example, the little secret thing in Jude's room, and the mummy in the attic, and whatever, and a few other things.
It's super sloppy in the kitchen.
Yeah. So we'll go back to that. We're going to make a big list of everything we missed.
Yep.
We're not going to cover it in this episode because
No.
we want to make sure we don't miss anything. We're also going to go through things we miss in this episode if we happen to miss anything in this episode. So.
Oh yes.
Alrighty.
All right. Back to
this.
Back to
Yeah.
Xefros.
Yay. Okay. So I'm pretty sure we didn't cover anything in this room.
We did the door.
I'm gonna do it again. Ah! Oh wait.
Cameron. What was that?
I was scared we were going outside for some reason.
You stupid. You can't open a door with your telekinesis. It's too complex.
Oh yeah, we have read this.
What was the turning and the fucking and the dying?
And then I'm pretty sure we also did this.
Yeah. Good, honest gandering. All those drones out there. No way. No,
Okay.
And there's just none for that.
What is that? Let's take a look at this room. Oh, wow. Ooh.
What a room.
Yes. Alright, let's try and go through every single interaction in here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. What a travesty.
What?
Xefros' lamp has only 13 visible balls on it.
Oh my god. Hang on a minute. We got the white ball. What are these?
What?
I don't remember which ones are which. This is a green one. This is another green one. This is a red one. No, this is an orange one. That's a red one. This is an orange one. That's a red one. Yellow.
I just counted the balls.
Wait, are these
What?
2 yellows?
What is this? Xefros.
See?
And your bootleg lamps.
He can't afford a real lamp. He can only afford the bootlegs. That's all he's allowed to have.
Plus there's 13 balls on it.
White gloves, shoe polish. Sorry.
White gloves, shoe polish, training silverware, everything an involuntarily aspiring butler needs.
Yes.
You've already tidied your butler training materials, even the ones you used to tidy the other ones.
What if we actually already interacted with her? Did you watch the recent video, right?
Yeah, I watched the recent video.
just
We
making
came in
sure.
here, we messed around with like the door to the gander precipice, and
Okay.
that was it.
Alright, just making sure. It's been a little while, sorry guys.
You don't need any help from Flarp to imagine what it would be like to have to train as a butler. All you need is your imagination and the brutal limiting caste system, which prevents you from realistically pursuing any other path in life.
I feel like we read this though.
We didn't read this in the video.
Oh, did we read this in like our
We
original?
might have read this in our original playthrough.
Oh yeah, maybe. Okay.
I'm always suspicious when that happens. You use these to practice your budding powers of telekinesis. You still aren't very good yet, but you sure showed these spoons who's boss. By defeating this pile of silver spoons, you've gained, let's see, nope. You've actually lost a bunch of experience points since the spoons are less valuable now than they were before. Oops. You don't use your hands to bend spoons. You use the power of your imagination, by which you mean your weak, unreliable psychic powers.
Poor baby and his weak, unreliable psychic powers.
Yes, that's right. Practice makes almost adequate. That's the Burgundy way.
Yay, now we have a spoon to interact.
No!
Oh no!
No! Oh, you fool.
I'll be right back.
Cameron, it's been like 5 minutes and you've already fucked it up.
It's okay. It's okay.
I don't understand why I've been letting you control the mouse this whole time. Practice make. Your mind flexes with the pulsing might of your phenomenal telekinetic powers, and you bend a tiny little silver spoon without even using your little grubby fingers. Big tough guy.
Yeah.
Better bring this along just in case you run into any bent soup.
Yay. Alright, let's use the bent spoon on the door. Oh. Let's use the bent spoon on this.
You would get the achievement convex for bending the spoon.
For bending the spoon? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not much you can do with it in a high society now, unless you can pass it off as a chitin scraper or something.
What's chitin?
Fuck, I don't remember.
Dumb.
You're dumb.
Wanna look it up? I saw you reaching for your phone.
I looked at it. Might as well hold on to this one. Who knows, it might come in handy in a kind of semi-contrived fashion. Ha ha. Ha.
Oh, little yellow eyeball, I just remembered. It's so cute.
Chitin.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I gotta interact with these items.
A fiber substance consisting of polysaccharides and forming the major constituent in all the exoskeletons of arthropods and the cell walls of fungi.
Okay, so I guess you just scrape it off of bugs.
Off yourself.
Or maybe like bug-like. Does it talk about exoskeleton?
What a neat.
I don't know. Whatever.
Scrape it off your food.
Scrape it off your furniture. Scrape it off your many insects.
Scrape it off yourself.
Yeah, alright, let's go.
As a rust blood, you are gifted with telekinesis, the ability to move objects with your mind. Gifted is in quotes because you're being kind of sarcastic about your powers being so weak. Greetings, agent. The documents in this file detail your objectives, page 3, and protocols, page 7. You must work, page 19, remotely, page 22, with your team, page 44, of elite, page 59, agents, page 399, to covertly, page 2050, infiltrate, page 99, the... Okay, you don't have time for all this right now, or ever, really. This ordinary spoon is all bent up from your telekinetic training. Maybe you could try bending it back to normal? No, impossible. You're not even remotely prepared to attempt that. What a neat. It's absolutely permitted for you to use your real-life telekinesis in a flarp session.
Yeah.
Of course, yours is so pitifully weak, it's not like it was going to be an unfair advantage any way you sliced it. You already bent this rusty little guy as far as you can. Any further and you'll break him. Bent spoon. Let's see this.
Let's this.
Okay, spoon, bent, see utensil. Alright. Utensil, see tool. Tool, see weapon. Okay. Weapon is listed on just about every page. Ugh. Why is the index in this thing so terrible?
Alright. We used a spoon on that. Yes. Yes, we did.
What a neat.
Did I use the spoon? Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay.
What else we got?
We got this lovely poster here.
Ho.
Look at his horns.
You play pusher, of course. Burgundies are ideally suited to this position because of their telekinetic powers and their ability to commune with dead players.
Okay, so they're ideally suited. Does that mean they can be other things?
Ideally suited.
I don't know.
I think it means to imply.
I really hope we get to learn a little bit more about this. Because I had this guy who was going to play baseball, but I'm sure trolls don't have baseball, so I'm going to make him an arena stickball player.
It says ideally suited, because I think it is all Burgundy's thing. Or at least...
But does that mean all...
You could use it, like, in a general sense, too, I guess.
Maybe anyone can be a pusher, but Burgundies can't be anything but pushers, maybe? Because this seems that Burgundies are ideally suited to the position, because they're telekinetic. I don't know, whatever.
Also, pusher is the most dangerous position, and no one really cares if rustbloods get killed.
It might be that they could go in other positions. It might be that other people could go in this position but don't want to because they might die. Sorry. When I plan on illustrating the thing with Joseph and Patati's thing, I'm gonna have like fucking people dying instead of during this one part of the song where it's like I was just gonna have someone like fumbling, but no, I'm gonna have someone straight up be murdered. Does it change if I do this? No.
Pusher is a position that is that relies heavily on telekinesis.
Yeah, Patati is good at telekinesis. Unlike our Xefros here, she can lift herself in the air like a Radia or Solux.
Oh boy.
Which is, apparently something that seems a little bit more. I don't know, whatever.
You managed to hang this poster without using your telekinesis. Or do you guess what you mean is, it would have been cool to hang this poster using your telekinesis, but your telekinesis is very weak. That frame was sort of heavy, kind of. The flarp manual doesn't contain any mechanics for interacting with the poster. You would demand a refund if such uppity impertinence from a rustblood wouldn't get you killed. Yeah, you're good enough telekinetic to bend spoons, but not nearly good enough for it to be an acid in the velvet. Ha.
He's such a baby.
It's like on the turf.
What is his name again?
It's I believe it's Dromed Bactar.
Or maybe Bactar Droman. Who knows? We could do research into what that name means at some point if we want to. We could just have like a little post with a whole bunch of Hiveswap stuff, not just the translations.
What a newt.
Post the entire script.
What a sneed.
Including unused dialogue, which we found a lot of, by the way.
They couldn't even get the whole script. They could only get the interactions between objects.
Okay, maybe we should let's do his bed next.
Bed? What is a bed?
Oh, look at this calendar.
Yeah, I got the calendar already.
What did it translate?
Well, it says colliery where the month goes.
Okay, so colliery.
Yeah, colliery. Like
colliery, got it.
Like January.
Like, yeah, but cull.
Yeah.
Sweet. Alright, what does this mean?
Fuck, I don't
remember? Alright. Well, we're gonna post it later. Promise we will. It's just, we want to make sure we translate everything first and get everything perfect.
It's a real cool word up there. I don't remember what it is. You're reminded of the week Tetrarch Damek made you sleep on the floor as a training exercise. It was hard at first, and maybe he could have just told you it was a training exercise beforehand instead of just saying, sleep on the floor until I tell you otherwise. But it really toughened you up. You can sleep anywhere now. A Tetrarch is always making sure you're prepared for anything.
Yay.
This is roughly around when you might normally be going to sleep. But the current circumstances, i.e. your imminent death if you don't escape, are not conducive to sleep. They are conducive to dying, though.
Let's interact with our babies. Baby snood.
One of the effects of the Soper slime in your Recuperacoon is to keep your devastating telekinetic powers in check while you're asleep. Otherwise, you might lightly jostle things in your room while dreaming. You guess if your powers were more, well, powerful, this would be a bigger deal.
Okay, so this is kind of important. However, your character, Jericho, now that we've adjusted him to have telekinesis, doesn't seem to have strong telekinesis. He just seems to have precision telekinesis.
Yeah.
In which he can only really use it to redirect bullets slightly.
Yeah.
So that it doesn't quite hit him.
And push people.
Yeah, and shove people a little away.
Yeah.
So they can't quite hit him. Because they keep getting fucked by his stupid telekinesis. Okay.
Oh yes. Ideally.
But he can't lift himself or another person.
Nope. He can push himself. Push himself into Michag. Push Michag into him.
Oh no, Michag would not be amused.
Oh, I didn't see you there, Michag.
Fuck you, if we do get Patati, which Patati might end up joining our story, by the way. Not that she'd play the game, but
passive observer.
yes, she'd be like the dad or anyone else that doesn't actually play.
Yeah, but still allowed to win. Some flarp modules contain optional rule sets for fatigue mechanics. You think that sounds exhausting?
Patati is not experienced with sleeping outside of a Recuperacoon, like our lovely rogues running around.
You're not supposed to eat the Soper slime, which is easy, because gross, why would you want to?
Wait, what did it say on this? I wasn't paying attention.
You nut.
I think that sounds exhausting. Okay.
What a
Fatigue
snoot.
mechanics.
What a snut.
Okay.
What a snood.
Okay, alright, so let me just make sure. I don't want to miss anything, because I've noticed that there are a lot of interactions that are like right next to other interactions that we missed.
What a baby. Your Weregrid study scroll. To be honest, only indigos really care about what fort goes where, and they crush anything they pick up anyway.
Which, by the way, I don't know if we mentioned this before, but it was supposed to be that extreme strength was a Zahak specific thing. But now it seems that Kohen has interpreted it as a indigo thing.
Kohen, I swear to God, you snoot up the entire canon. I'm gonna wreck your shit.
It's supposed to be a thing that all indigo bloods are male, and all purple bloods are male as well, and all fuchsia bloods are female. I'm pretty sure he didn't fuck the fuchsia blood part, but...
Nope, that's too hard to fuck up.
The twins, The twins, I'm pretty sure, are male because they're based off of Barnum and Bailey.
Yeah.
If you've seen the leak, which I wasn't sure if it was canon, because I noticed that there was a jade blood that had symmetrical horns, and I didn't think that was necessarily possible, but it is possible. I assume that all jade bloods just have to have hooks on their horns, at least one.
Owen's snooded up. He's relaxing the rules.
But there is an art enthusiast who appears to be an indigo blood, and I'm not sure if it's female or male, but I hope that it's male. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to
Snooded up.
adjust some things. I'm not really gonna have to adjust anything. I just don't have any female indigo bloods because it was supposed to be whatever. All right.
What a mute.
Okay.
Some butlers are so skilled at telekinesis that they're able to set entire tables at once. Every rake prong and bile scoop are in exactly the right place.
We gotta take notes of these words later.
It's still pretty awful. You can't get excited about the butler life no matter how hard you try.
I plan on making an encyclopedia of all things Homestuck later, so...
You mean better one than MSPA Wiki?
Yes.
Which sucks!
It does. You can't trust it. You can't trust everything it says, either.
It's all conjecture.
Mm-hmm.
And not enough citations.
Here you go. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of citations in our encyclopedia.
You suppose the knives in your silverware set could do some serious damage. Too bad you're only comfortable handling the spoons. He's destroyed like all his spoons. The spoon thing is empty. Look at
You're right. He has forks and knives.
Why do they have like regular silverware names and then there's just a bunch of extra shit?
Well, there's spoons, but there's specific types of spoons.
Oh, that's true.
Anyway.
It doesn't match any of the spoons on the poster, not anymore. You should slip this bad boy onto the table of some high society dinner and watch all the blue bloods squirm. That would be a really funny thing to see immediately before being executed.
I love this.
What a mute.
It makes me so happy. The society is functional.
It's very functional.
But, it's kind of asshole-ish. Hey, look, he has different types of shoes. See, there's not supposed to be fashion, but there's still fashion.
What a nut.
Look, he has a burgundy shirt with the symbol on it.
What a snut.
Oh. He's got a sweater. He's got a longer sleeve. I don't know what that is.
You can click on it, he'll talk about...
I know, he won't talk about them unless he does talk about them individually.
He doesn't, but you can kind of recognize what's what. Like, the thing on almost all the way on the right.
Alright, so let's see here. Let's do the lamp real quick. Sorry guys, we're talking a lot. We like to talk about things. I'm pretty sure if you're watching this anyway, you like information, so...
This is real exciting for dedicated, hardcore snoods.
Yeah, like us. So if you're in here listening to us talk about snooty stuff, I'm sure you care sometimes.
I hope you care.
At least a little.
Otherwise we're gonna be like...
really annoying.
Yeah. Arena stickball has always been the only time you really feel like yourself. When you're out on the velvet, your brawler defending you against the opposing prowlers and zappers, and I guess thinking about it too much makes you a little sad now.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, you're gonna be a butler.
Watch, they jostle.
Wow.
You didn't see that the last time because you're dumb.
You're dumb. You attempt to wrench loose the chandelier with a devastating blast of telekinetic might. You fail to succeed, but you do succeed to fail.
Hang on. Does he do a spin? No, he didn't.
No.
I was looking at this, so in my mind,
What a nut. What a newt. You snood.
Because that would be really silly if he did.
Rhetorical. What a daring dream to swing in from your sports-themed chandelier and land on your bed, you guess? Fuck is a bed?
I thought he was gonna.
What is a bed?
I thought he would have corrected this by now.
Get out of here, Cohen.
Hey, Cohen, come watch our videos and see us snood at all your typos and incorrect.
You have like a typo in every third box. Fucking who proofreaded this shit?
Not in every third.
This is a pretty meager roleplay experience. You let the dream die.
Fucking bed.
What is it? What the fuck is a bed, Cohen?
Bed.
Sounds like a great way to electrocute yourself. You keep that in mind in case a less painful death seems unavoidable.
Oh.
You mean more painful death?
Well, no, because you know they might grab him and take him to an execution thing. Should be executed for entertainment, which could be in a violent manner.
Yeah, but he says in case a less painful death is unavoidable, but you'd want a less painful death.
No, that's what he's saying. It's unavoidable. It's he cannot avoid performing a less painful death because the other option is worse.
That's neatly.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
I got it, but it's still neatly. What a weird, stupid, backwards way of phrasing things. Okay. Oh hey, it's your arena stickball gear. You play Pusher. It brings back fond memories of your seasons playing in the Outlet Grub League.
This is his Pusher outfit.
Yeah. You're trying out for the Thrash Thrust Junior League soon, but you're a little rusty. Ha. Ha ha ha. If you blow it, you could get cold. Between band practice with Tetrarch-Damic, Revolution lectures from Tetrarch-Damic, and buttling practice, you mostly serve Tetrarch-Damic. You haven't really had the time you need to practice. Speaking of, there's your brand new butler uniform. It brings back less than fond memories of when you ordered it sweeps ago. Delivery to Rustbloods like you is so slow.
Look at this. This must be it, because it's in this poster over here.
Yeah.
They wear fucking bow ties.
Mm.
It drives me crazy. Do they have regular ties? Do they have regular bow ties?
I think so. If you look at the movie posters.
Oh yeah, you might be right. You might be right.
I think they just have real snooty ties.
Only for the butlers.
And hey, there's your smash suit from when the Tetrarch helped you practice cool action movie stunts.
That would be this one right here.
You only got a little permanent brain damage. Your memory from that time is a little hazy, actually.
Oh, ah!
What a nut. You could lightly jostle your clothes on their hangers, but it doesn't sound like it would be worth the nosebleed. All your outfits grant various stat bonuses and flarp, of course. They also come with heavy stat penalties, usually, always in your case, outweighing the bonuses. This bent spoon won't give you any trouble, as evidenced by your clothes. You have no problem with unconventional taste. Yeah, look at that. Is that a tank top?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep, Michek also has a tank top, but he never wears it.
What a snood. What a rebel.
What a rebel. Okay, let's go with the poster. I mean, not the trophy.
You'll never forget the season your arena stickball team took 3rd place in the Outlet Grub League. But just in case you do, this featureless white orb is here to remind you. Cohen, you lazy prick.
Stop being so mean to Cohen.
It's all his
He's
fault.
trying so hard.
He's responsible for the entirety of this game, obviously.
He is, and it's really good. He's not responsible for the entirety of it.
Act 1 sucks because I didn't look at anything.
There's no interaction with it, but you're still looking at it.
Oh. Act 1 sucks because I didn't look at anything and I just followed the story. It's your tablet. Use it for pretty much everything. Your auto-tune mic is plugged into it.
Oh, we gotta grab the auto-tune mic. Oh no!
Because you can't sing.
Oh wait. Okay.
It's your Oh. Oh my god. Cohen. You were the writer for this project. What are you doing? The grebels, if your buck won't trouble to resist throwing fists while you sift through the rubble.
You know, I posted a comment on a video it was labeled the Grubbles LES, but I noticed when I translated it was Grubels, like Grub Rebels, so I made a comment explaining that they probably made a typo.
But it turns out it was supposed to be this way.
Yeah, it's supposed
all
to.
along.
Because I was like, it's probably Grubels because Grub Rebels, but then no.
But then it turns out he's just snooting up the whole time.
Yep.
It's sort of hard to spit your quasi-revolutionary rhymes with any real fire while dressed in your butler uniforms, though. Damic says you're subversively transforming the rags of your oppression into the fatigues of the revolutionary through your jams. But you're kind of worried your performances will be drowned out by sarcastic orders to polish the silver.
Yeah.
The tiny rips your measly powers can actually produce would complement your anarchic aesthetic without sacrificing readability. It makes you blush
Yeah,
to think
really.
about. But your flarp character was once going to be in a band too, one with 2 damics, double teamed. Shit.
Where do you get a second Davic from to want to play this with you?
He's very good. Very, very good, Xefros. This bent spoon would be a perfect element to incorporate into your rebellious servant class aesthetic.
It's so measly. It's so
So snooty. So small. What a nut. Cohen.
Okay, so the auto-tune
Yeah.
mic is not separate.
Nope.
Okay.
Alright. Why, but you gather both the tablet and mic with one practiced motion. They're attached, so the motion probably didn't require as much practice as you might think. You then proceed to have this conversation again from the other side. It's all news to Xefros, but it'd be a little dull to read the whole thing all over again. Let's just pick up where we left off.
Oh, do you want me to say more alien things?
No, I mean, I have no way to verify if those are true or not. Oh, send me a picture of you.
Oh, I don't have any photos with me. And anyway, how could I get it to you? I'm trapped in here by that monster.
Are you using the Tetrarch's tablet? Take the pics with that and transmit it over.
Pics? Xmit?
Pictures. Transmit.
I'm not gonna say transmit. She didn't understand.
I know. Just get with the program, Joey.
Okay, that's kind of a weird ask, Xerox.
Oh,
But I'll give it a shot. Here goes.
yes. Oh, Joey. Look at you. Oh, yeah, you're definitely an alien. Or you have some strange collection of grotesque physical and mental diseases. Either way, you need my help.
Okay, that much is definitely true. I'm pretty sure I heard the monster scratching at the door.
He's probably hungry. Anyway, man, if you're an alien, we've got to get you out of here. The heiress hates aliens.
What?
You don't know what an heiress is, Joey? Fucking you go to school. God damn it. The heiress. Oh, well, she's awful and controls everything, basically. Good thing no one's reading this. Haha. I mean, I doubt she's ever met one. But to hear her talk, she hates aliens as much as she hates lowbloods. Which I guess you also are. You're practically a member of the Resistance already. Ha!
I'm not sure whether to be really confused or really concerned about you. Do you need help?
Oh, Joey, you don't understand. Oh, no. I'm bringing the chorus to shout your laments.
I guess we'll skip after we're done with this one section. Alright. One time when things got really bad with my brother, my babysitter took him to the doctor and it seemed to help.
Oh boy.
Okay, so we're gonna start with what's a brother and then we're gonna skip so you can come back to this after we collect all the items again.
What a newt. What's a brother?
Wow, you are so lucky.
I really don't know.
So, the thing that bothers me about this is that invertebrother is used in Homestead. Scourge sisters, they recognize that they're all sort of relatives. Sort of.
Those are high blood words, Cameron. Get out of here.
Maybe they are, actually. Because it is used by Gamzee and it is used by,
That's the only way we can compensate for Cohen snooting it up.
Yeah. Alright.
This whole thing is an exercise in working around Cohen's new installed fences.
Okay, I'm definitely concerned.
He's like ripping up old fences, putting in new ones.
I mean, Hussey did mention that he sometimes just forgets things.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway.
Being concerned is what friends do for each other. Yay. I've never had anyone but Tetrarch Damek be concerned about me before. XD.
Oh, jeez.
I bet the other Tetrarchs will be extremely excited to hear there's an alien helping us now.
Okay, so now Tetrarch is a 4-position ruler thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's
sure.
4 rulers.
But I'm sort of pretty focused on not being killed by the monster in the other room at the moment.
Are you okay?
That's kind of my main deal right now. I don't really have a lot of time for anything else.
I knew it. You're actually host to a number of diseases after all. Right. Yeah, of course. XD. I'll help you. And the Tetrarch too, because, well, I think... Okay, I hope this is also helping him somehow. Which reminds me, we really shouldn't be talking like this.
Like what?
Tetrarch Damek says we always have to assume our communications are being monitored. And this is exactly the kind of conversation I shouldn't be having. Oh man, I better hurry up and get over there. On my way now. Please don't message me anymore. It's dangerous. BRB. In person, I mean.
Alright, we'll be right back.
Whoa. Alright.
Skip. Alright, we're back. Here we go.
We're not back.
Yeah,
Kinda
we are.
back. We gotta get to the part. What a new. Yes, Joey. Joey, send nudes. It's the only way to be sure.
I can't click as fast as you.
You snut.
Oh.
What's a babysitter?
Oh. I guess your guardians must actually be around. Lucky.
Haha, mine spends most of the time asleep in a tree, but I guess so.
Okay, I'm definitely concerned. Okay, and then it's about to the same. You click, you're faster. Look at that speed. Okay, alright, now we go back to the main menu, come back and do it again.
What a nut. Can't wait to edit this.
You don't have to edit this part.
What a newt.
It's just part of the experience, man.
You told me to cut.
Oh yeah, cut that other part. We don't have to cut this one. We're not getting the spoon this time.
Oh.
Which didn't take that much time, honestly.
Yeah.
Click, rapid.
Joey, stop sending pictures of your face.
Joey, you've sent this like 3 times.
Joey, you slut. What's the doctor?
I get it, you're an alien. Wow, and I thought my home life was neglectful. Okay, I'm definitely concerned.
Alright.
Click. Okay, we're back. Whoa, yeah.
Just don't get mad. I'm gonna put this over here.
Okay.
Cameron.
Can we switch?
Yeah, we can switch.
Ah! I just wanted to look at her. No, go back.
What a dumb.
No. Okay.
It breaks. Further conversation will put you and Joey Alien at even greater risk. Wow, you shouldn't even be thinking about stuff with the psychics the heiress has at her command.
Oh boy. See, that's another thing with the psychics. I had the psychic training facility in our writing. But we are going to design it to have a different heiress because, I mean, it's kind of hard to work around the laws we don't know. So we're going to make our own laws by having our own heiress.
We're going to make shit up. That's the beauty of storytelling.
Yep, because we also just don't know enough about the world.
It's probably better to maintain radio silence for now.
Wait a minute. No. Damn it. Okay.
You're a damn it.
Okay. Let me leave. Alright.
What about the to-do list? Oh, yeah, I guess we looked at it already.
We can't click on it.
Yeah.
Okay, unless you can. Sorry, guys. Alright, let's, Nope. No, okay. That's fine, whatever. No. Okay, let's...
You can use stuff on the door.
Let's try the microphone and everything, and then try the microphone with everything in the
the
inventory.
microphone. Band practice with Tetrarch Damek has significantly reduced your time for butler training. And fucking Damek. God damn it.
Damek is kind of lame.
He's absorbing the whole schedule.
I guess it's just a matter of, it's nice to have someone who does everything you want them to do.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect friend. You've molded them.
You have trained your slave over here.
Alright, anyway.
For many purposes.
He's like a little Damek slut. Like,
yep.
You see these people sometimes in real life in younger groups.
Yep.
There's like the kid, and then there's the one that admires the kid and just follows it around, and then the kid basically the other kid uses the admiring kid.
They get destroyed.
Yep, just like Lennon and Michag, which, by the way, there are a ridiculous amount of parallels.
Oh yes.
I don't know if I probably mentioned already.
Damek is a pale slut.
Yep, and so is you mean Xefros is pale slut? Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Alright, anyway.
Misspoke. Maybe you'd actually have a better shot of getting on the show if you didn't use the mic Tetrarch Damek made. You couldn't do that to him, though. Like, he would physically prevent you from doing that. He can be pretty forceful. And force himself on you.
I bet he would allow it.
Happens sometimes. You don't talk about it.
No. No.
A few weeks ago, dreamed you were standing center on the velvet of a packed pro-arena stickball stadium, singing the interplanetary war song, "If you aliens were not meant to die at our hands, why are you all so pitifully incapable of defending yourselves?" When you finished, you looked down and realized that you were wearing the uniform of your favorite team, the Thrash Thrust Snow Globes, and you were about to play in the championship game. Everyone was cheering for you. You looked into the stands and you could somehow see Damek cheering louder than anyone else. It was the best dream you've ever had, and you've never had it again.
I love that super slime.
You're still working on your set list.
Dumb.
Not the spoons. If you get it near the soper slime, it might get ruined. If I flip the pizzas, Mr. Aziz will flip out.
Sorry. What is that from?
Spider-Man 2. On like PlayStation 2, I think.
We should play that on our channel.
The pizza song. Sorry. You haven't had as much time to practice since Damek got you to join the Krebels, or since he got you to join his rebellion. But hey, it's important to support your friend's interests. Fuck you, Damek. Now's probably not the time to get dressed for performance, which is to say, you really don't feel like putting on your butler uniform.
Okay.
How does their performance go? Do they like do a performance and then like they go off stage? He's like, haha, you're already in You don't even have to go home to change.
Let's go. Stupid.
All that's missing is some batteries. Well, and your band leader, and some fans, and some better songs, honestly. And a means of monetizing your brand, which, if you're being frank, could also use some polish.
Yep, everything could use polish.
Just like your silverware! Oh!
All the high bloods in the back. Just like, oh, over all the music. Air horns. It's like the music is just drowned out by fools.
Oh, yes.
That'd be great.
Every low blood who ever picked up a mic dreams of competing on Slam or Get Cold. The winner leaves their unhappy life behind for fame, fortune, and the love of millions. The losers leave their unhappy lives behind for relatively certain death. Relatively? What is that supposed to mean? Oh, I see. More certain than usual.
Yeah.
Powerful psychic lowbloods sometimes use their abilities to spice up their stage presence, something you've been unable to do with any degree of success. It doesn't really get the crowd on their feet to bend a spoon with your mind and then pass out. You're not sure which of these fantasies is more unrealistic. This Slammer Get Cold poster does kinda look like someone about to take a big bite of grub flex.
Sorry. What are grub flakes? I guess we'll find out. Maybe it's a type of cereal.
Yeah,
Ooh. Anyway, we're learning foods.
Maybe you'd actually have a better shot of getting on the show if you didn't use the mic Damek made. Oh, you nut.
You couldn't do that to him. Oh, interesting. Wasn't that also somewhere else?
What? Cohen! Every time. I bet there's a real dialogue for it.
There probably is. We'll find it unused. We've seen unused dialogue, as we mentioned.
Yeah, there's ones for like for the bus stop outside too. They just didn't get put in because someone forgot.
Oh, this is the same as the other one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What the lazy newt.
Okay, let's go through the door. I mean, it is a transition way.
We've gone into the nice hallway.
Goodbye.
And the music didn't even change.
It's fine, whatever. It's his theme.
It's because his whole house belongs to him.
Yeah.
Cleaning supplies. The noble instruments of your future career, you guess. It kind of depresses you to keep them anywhere you like to have fun, so you just dump them at the end of the hallway. Haha, just kidding. I share my house with Damek.
Wait, didn't I? Okay, there's also a clean.
Maybe if your hallway is really clean, the drones will stop trying to burn your neighborhood down and kill you. There's that Ruxblood. Moxie.
Rustblood Moxie, yeah.
I tripped in my mind. Ideally, you'd be able to kick back in an easy chair while using the power of your mind to get these cleaning supplies sweeping and scrubbing on your behalf. But you couldn't telekinesis your way out of a wet chitin sack.
It's another chitin, anyway.
It's a paper bag, Cameron. Your flarp manual really has no place among the cleaning supplies. Cleaning supplies are mostly meant to be used on things that don't go in your mouth. Unless they're tetrarch, Damek. Sorry. Just looking at your cleaning supplies dredges up enough emotion to inspire you to sing an impressively angsty power ballad, but your auto-tune mic's current battery situation won't allow it.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure none of the doors will... Yeah, none of the doors.
Alright.
Just to show you. To be extra short. Okay, there we go. Now for all the photos.
Yeah. Jeez. Come to think of it, the two of you haven't played on the tree in a long time. Maybe that's why he's been so lazy? Well, it at least looks like the two of you will both be getting some exercise in the immediate future. And you were just a little wiggler, curling up with your Lessus made you feel safe when the world seemed scary.
Okay, so does that mean that he was collected by his Lessus when he was a wiggler? Or is he just using wiggler in the term of young?
I don't know.
Because maybe he had already become a troll, but he's using the term wiggler because he means when he was a young troll. Kind of like if I'm like, when I was a baby. But I don't say baby.
We already have a term for young trolls, though.
What is it?
Pupa.
Yeah. But, I mean, if I say when I was a baby...
Yeah, I know.
I could say when I was a baby and not be talking about like my toddler or my kid years. When I was a snoot. Alright, let's go. I don't know. But the thing is I would imagine that the brooding caverns, since there's training, it's kind of hard to train when you're a wiggler. In fact, the Jade Bloods, if I'm not mistaken, have to sort of nurture you when you're a wiggler because you can't really do anything.
You can only scream and run away.
We did a little thing with that. So the best defense mechanisms. Alright, anyway.
I read the thing. Haha, he was always giving you leaves to eat. You would munch on them for his benefit mostly.
He's so cute, so sweet. It's like a Meecheg thing. Meecheg would do that.
These are the best leaves. Oh god, this is sweet.
Keep reading.
Come to think of it though, you have always been pretty strong. Could those bitter leaves you gnawed on as a wiggler have something to do with that? No.
Nope, you're just a low blood. And low bloods have a lot of muscular strength. I'm not actually sure if that's true.
Nope, but they do
Probably.
They got an exoskeleton like everyone else. Just kidding.
I don't think they do. I get the feeling they don't, just based off of the way they look.
Yeah?
They're so squishy and soft-looking.
You kind of wish you could live somewhere with more trees, and maybe then he'd be less asleep always. Like most things in your life, though, you didn't really have much say in the matter. Tetrarch Damek had you act out scenes from some of your favorite action movies, which just so happened to be his favorite action movies, too. Just so happened. Oh, Xefros.
Keep going.
You're lucky to have a Moirail who really pushes you. Pushes you into the ground.
I think we mentioned the drawing he had. We'll show it to you when we reach it.
Yeah. You still can't believe they got a shot of you at the exact moment you clobbered the clover. What a lucky break. Who's they? Who took this photograph?
I don't know. Someone, the photographers.
This is from the 12th Perigees Eve, when Damek gave you the auto-tune mic he made. It was his way of letting you know that he'd started a band and that you were the singer, and also that your voice could use a little help.
We took a picture of you.
Those gift wraps. There's presents, Cameron. It's presents.
Yeah.
Presents that are designed to self-deprecate.
Let me look at these photos before I look at anything else in the hallway.
It's merchandise. The Tetrarch plays lead drums when you guys perform. He didn't know what lead drums were a thing until Damek told you he was playing them and that you were in a band with him. In contrast to the Tetrarch Damek's percussive machismo, Your stage persona is more skittish, as if you're vaguely terrified of the implications of your own pseudo-revolutionary rhymes, which is not far. It's not far off the mark, as one of the implications could be your execution. This was a great night. Damn, it consisted you have half the flavor disc.
Damn.
A whole half, can you believe it? Mm-hmm. Your Lessus took this picture. A delightful trick he has never repeated. You guys have a lot of fun in the studio, as evidenced by this candid selfie Tetrarch Dammit told you to take. Not very candid. Look at you, so carefree. You wish you were gearing up to play right now. Ha, ha, ha. You were so excited to show him that branch. He ate all the leaves in one very slow bite, and you were left with a pretty decent hive-made cuebat. The first cuebat you ever had, actually.
Baby. He sure does like arena stickball.
Yep. It's the sportiest sport. That's just your faithful old Scourdray, which you haven't bothered draining recently. Inside of it, resifluid and floor filth coalesce to make a repugnant gray sludge. My favorite.
Yeah.
Even if this auto-tune mic were waterproof, you doubt there's any undiscovered talent lurking in the depths of your nasty bucket. Bucket! Ah!
Oh, maybe they have buckets for more than one use. maybe they recognize that buckets are pretty have some great utilities besides holding genetic fluid.
Cohen, you're breaking all the unspoken rules.
When was there a rule that said buckets weren't used for anything else?
There wasn't. They're still nasty. Maybe it's specific types of buckets.
Yeah.
They have to look like the Great Pail. There are way less gross places to clean a bent spoon. Be careful with that thing, alright? It's common knowledge that flarp manuals have an inherent -50 resistance rating against scoured ray resifluid. The last time you attempted to pull this stunt, you accidentally tipped the bucket and spilled scoured ray resifluid all over the place. Your skills haven't improved much since then, so you'd better move along before you make another mess. The door to your Lessus shed, where your Lessus sleeps, in theory. In practice, though, he sleeps wherever the hell he wants. Sometimes in a branch, sometimes in less convenient places.
Like in front of the door.
Yeah. Like in your room.
Too bad we can't get in there because this thing's in the way.
Nope. We'll never know what's inside.
It's a pity.
Your smear spinner has gotten a lot of use lately. Why, just look at that even glisten of mucus on the floor. Beautiful. You could almost take pride in it. Almost.
Whoa. Was that beatboxing?
Yes. You lay down some verse about how the smear spinner keeps everything shiny and smooth, but it also impedes mobility. It's pretty tight, the way you manage to poetically associate the more abstract elements of your class struggle with this concrete, visible object, such that it serves as a potent metaphor both for your oppression and your forced participation in keeping that oppression running smoothly. You also say some light cusses.
Look at it, it's so slow.
Yeah.
So it lines up with the sounds, I guess.
Yeah. Light cusses. Oh no. Oh, what a baby.
You know, swear words, as implied by Equius, are a low blood thing.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not supposed to. It seems high bloods aren't really supposed to say that, and then Equius always shamed Nepeta for using swear words. She was like, what the hell? He was like, thanks.
Oh, this bent spoon will not make a useful smear spinner accessory. You're a little embarrassed that you even tried to do that. Would it be classified as a vehicle or a familiar? Or maybe as an enemy? No. No. It would never turn on you like that.
It turns quickly and starts sneering towards him.
The smear spinner glides so easily across the floor, you're sometimes actually able to move it with your puny telekinesis.
I'm pretty sure it's...
It's not punny, Cameron.
You're right.
We went over this.
Yeah, you're right. I remember. Okay, we already did that.
Light cusses. Like what? Darn.
Damn hell. Crap.
Crap.
that was the cuss word of the elementary age.
Holy crap.
Holy crap.
Gosh darn diddly dang.
Piss. Okay, so I can't look at that window, I don't think.
Nope. Do I even have a window that far away?
Because he's actually taller than this. But we can't tell.
He's twice this height.
Alright, let's go downstairs. Ah!
You think you should find something to protect yourself with before descending into the violent unknown of your own hive. Preferably a weapon you know well.
I'm glad I did that before I went and grabbed the weapon, you know, just in case.
What a newt.
You know what I mean?
What a nut.
You know what I mean?
What a baby.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Jesus Christ. Damn. Damn.
Listen to that squeak.
Hell. Shit. Oh man, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm having fun. You nut.
He moves so smoothly. Anyway.
What if they're cusses that you don't have on Earth?
There are, I'm pretty sure.
The door to your rumpus room.
Like Nook and Bulge.
Oh. Suck the bone bulge.
How far in are we? Should we end it here? We spent a lot of time just chit-chatting.
It was good.
Yeah.
It's been 53 minutes.
Alright, let's go ahead and do it.
Do it. You mean finish?
Do this room.
Oh. Nope.
Nada.
Nope.
Nope.
God damn it, Cohen.
Nope.
You lazy fuck.
You're a lazy fuck. Leave Cohen alone.
No, he's lazy. He only made this game possible with all his writing. That's very lazy of him. The Thrash Thrust Snow Globes are the best team to ever play the sport of lords, and that is simply all there is to say on the matter. Playing for them is your dream.
That's TS, right?
Maybe was, you guess. I think it turned out. I think so, actually. Yeah. I don't remember. Oh wow, did you see that? It waved. You're pretty sure that you just made it wave. Wow. Okay. Awesome. You consider draping yourself in your team pennant for additional armor, but consult your flarp manual first. It suggests that maybe a brightly colored flag waving merrily in the breeze is not the ideal accessory for a hasty escape. There's no way you'll be able to eat that whole pennant. Not with a bent spoon, anyway. You sing Fission Division, the new Snow Globe's fight song. The central conceit is mostly based around the fact that the team shares its name with the 8-ball, which contains a nuclear device that will detonate after a certain amount of time has passed.
Yep.
Oh, boy. Oh, I got it, because it's like, destroys everything.
Yeah, you got it. It's not...
Your Zoltan Matsos Bobblenug figurine is the jewel of your collection.
Pretty sure this is for both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's like a Funko Pop.
What's a Funko Pop?
It's this ugly thing with beady eyes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They bobble like crazy. It's not exceptionally impressive, since they do that at the slightest brush anyway. These are pretty low-threat enemies. Oh, the hours of fun you've had, gently bopping the nug bones of your bobblenug figurines with a bent spoon, watching them kinda jiggle around. Bopping them again. You're really glad someone invented video games. You spit fire at the little figurines. You're pretty sure one of them melted a little. Wow. Sick. Insane. You've taken some pretty good thumps to the nug bone in your day. The pusher is the only player allowed to score, so they're prime targets for the opposing defense.
Yeah, it's interesting that that's the case. I bet Joseph and Patati did a lot of work together because they're friends. Anyway, sorry.
That helmet's so worn out that it's basically worthless, except for its sentimental value, which is still pretty low.
No, no, no!
What a newt. Pusher helmets traditionally leave the forehead unprotected in order to facilitate your psychic powers. They also facilitate the high probability of your death, so yeah, there's that. Let's see, the defensive stats for a dilapidated helmet are... Wow, this thing would actually lower your defense due to the high probability of destroyed helmet shrapnel going straight into your think pan. Maybe this thing wouldn't have worn out so fast if you'd cut the horn holes beforehand instead of just shoving your horns through.
Oh, you have to cut horn holes?
Oh.
Whoa!
Well, that makes sense. You don't want to, like, have to custom order every run.
Yeah. That's interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah, right. That's how Zoltan Matzos did it. You just had to follow in his horn shove.
Stupid.
You can't think of a good rhyme for helmet. Smell it? Hell scent? Velvet? No, these are mostly weak assonants. Not really a great rock to build a church of rhymes on.
Yeah, assonance. You're a smart kiddo, baby.
No, he's dumb and bad at everything. Don't you know?
He's smarter than Michak. Michak doesn't know what assonance is.
Oh. Implying your knowledge of words determines your intelligence. Get out of here.
It doesn't, but... I mean, he doesn't know a lot of things.
Well, not.
I'm impressed that he knows what it is, though.
Maybe he went to school.
Yeah, probably.
He's not a mutant newt. Nothing like a little recessed tabletop arena stickball with your best bud. Too bad he's not around right now. Maybe later. Nah, recessed tabletop arena stickball isn't very fun by yourself. It's not very much like arena stickball either. What if he's really a mutant? And that's why he's working with Umberblood.
Oh!
That's stupid. Doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't.
Nothing like a little recessed tabletop arena stickball with your best bud. Damn it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That would be cheating, or would it? You're actually not entirely sure. Guess it doesn't matter since you're not playing against anyone anyway. Oh sure, like you can apply the stratagems of arena stickball to tabletop arena stickball, as if, haha, boy, you're really chortling over that notion. Wrong kind of table for eating at. Wrong kind of stickball for doing telekinesis on. You blew it! You blew it! You blew it! Why are are older sports stickball?
Probably not.
I mean, they have like this soccer-looking thing on a table. It's like foosball, right?
Yeah, but they call it tabletop arena.
But they call it stickball because it was recessed tabletop arena stickball, and then arena stickball is itself a derivative of stickball.
I bet they have other sports besides stickball, but there's also stickball. A lot of stickballs.
Every sport is just a variant on stickball.
Okay, whatever.
You hold up the non-functioning mic
and
briefly do some lyrical color commentary on your tabletop arena stickball game. Very briefly, since nothing is happening.
Hang on a minute. Let me read that again. Okay, wrong kind of stickball for doing telekinesis on. Okay, so this is tabletop stickball, which you're not supposed to use telekinesis on, he thinks.
It's not sure.
Let's see here. Like, you can apply the stratagems of arena stickball to tabletop arena stickball. So I think stickball has two types. Tabletop arena stickball and arena stickball.
Oh.
Which, so I don't think that these are...
Oh, man.
You get what I mean?
I think so.
No! No!
What a newt. There's pockets in the corner.
Let's see, recessed table. What is recessed?
That means it's like they cut a little hole in the table, and that's where the playing field is.
Okay, so maybe this is just a more specific version of tabletop, specific way of saying tabletop arena stickball.
Oh yes.
So I think it's still just there's only tabletop and there's only.
Yeah, but they don't call it tabletop stickball on the moon.
What?
The felt, my friend.
What do they call it?
They just call it stickball.
Okay, well he also calls it stickball. He calls it the wrong type of stickball.
What a newt.
For telekinesis.
You're a baby.
You're stupid.
You're stupid.
What are all these letters again? I forgot what it's spelled.
I don't remember.
I think it was just a bunch of nonsense letters, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what they're there for. They're not numbers. We know what the numbers look like, vaguely. It's your cuebat, your most prized piece of arena stickball equipment. Better bring this with you.
Okay, good.
You try to pull the cuebat free, but it seems you wedged it in the layer a little too tight. Oops. You'll need to find something to help you pry it loose. Like a crowbar. Or a flarp manual. No. The cuebat rack is for storing the instruments of your other failed dream. No doubt about it. Hacking one of these bad boys would increase your blunt force offensive rating by a whole 15 points. If only there was something in there about how to get it loose. You can't quite lift a cuebat with your telekinesis. The best pushers can, but you're not one of them.
You kind of missed the cuebat there, too. You like telekinesis the wall nearby.
He just throws his hand out. Doesn't matter.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What a mute.
Alright, I think I tried everything on it, yes.
You wedge the bent spoon in between the hilt and the wall, and... Yes, you got the cuebat. This thing packed...
Did you see it all?
No. Cameron...
Okay, you guys can read it yourself.
Oh my god. What a dumb...
Ugh.
What a dumb... Zoltan Matsos was the greatest pusher the snow globes ever had. No prowler could catch him, no zapper could blast him, and no matter what Lessus the Wrangler set on him, Matsos would shake him off. That all ended the night the heiress of that era attended the game, and the opposing controller made Matsos thrust his bone nook at her. She had him cold right there on the velvet.
That's so fucking lame. He made Matsos thrust his bone nook at her, and then that was the end of him.
Yep. This wasn't the current heiress, of course. This was a long time ago, before you were hatched.
Hang on a minute. I already... Okay.
Jeez, just look at that form. Just look at his face. He looks like he could break the world in half for that cuebat. You tried to emulate his non-traditional stance. Do you think it's given you the edge more than once? If only you had the psychic chops that Zoltan had. Oh well, no point in dreaming.
Baby.
A non-traditional stance. It's like a regular baseball stance.
Well, it's not baseball.
I know it's not baseball, but it looks like a baseball stance.
I know.
Zoltan's telekinesis. It was like nothing anyone had ever seen. Rustbloods can get pretty powerful, but he was like something from history. From one of those illegal parts of history you're not supposed to know about. When he really got going, the whole stadium would rumble in his psychic wake. Like you've kind of secretly suspected that maybe his death wasn't just the result of some blue blood controller playing prank. Yeah. Maybe they were taking him out before he became too dangerous for them to handle.
Ooh.
Blue blood.
The blue blood was the controller that told him to do it.
Oh, told him. That's all you have to do?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh yes. Zoltan Matsos isn't listed in your flarp manual, probably because the stats would be too incredibly high for mere mundane numbers to track. They'd have to create a whole module just about him, where he fights against versions of himself from other timelines. It'd be the only way to make it challenging. Wow, that sounds awesome. If you make it through this present craziness, you're definitely going to maybe think about possibly writing that down somewhere or something. Haha. Jeez. Looking at a psychic giant like Zoltan while holding this pitiful thing kind of makes you embarrassed. Whole silverware drawers probably tied themselves in knots just because he was walking down the street nearby, and he struggled to bend a spoon. Hey now. Is that any way to think? You know Zoltan sure wouldn't want you to be down on yourself because you were looking at his poster. He would want you to believe in yourself. Remember what he said, if you can bend them, they can't break you.
What a baby. That's probably why it was called. Listen to him and his little inspiring little snoots.
He's too good. You look at the poster of your hero, Zoltan Matsos. You've always felt a pretty deep connection with him, even though he died long before you were born. Sometimes, you've never told anyone this, but...
Oh, sorry.
Sometimes when things get really rough out there on the velvet, and when you're just feeling kind of crummy even, you sing the old Snow Globe's fight song to yourself and pretend Zoltan is there, not really doing anything, just believing in you. It always helps.
Oh. Also, I think that's the pause symbol, just so you know.
Yeah.
Anyway. That right there? That little baby? Baby snoot.
What a nut. You see, Zoltan is actually his ancestor.
Oh!
That'd be ridiculous.
Ew. No. You're making yourself in the middle.
Here, baby.
Okay, go ahead and read.
You didn't hear anything.
Okay, go ahead.
Your splay sack, a chair bag filled with soap or slime. Proximity to the slime helps you relax without actually making you fall asleep, like your Cooper raccoon does. Some trolls actually eat soap or slime, which helps them be really stupid. Sometimes when you're tired, you just kind of chill out here in your splay sack for a few hours instead of going to sleep in your Cooper raccoon. Sometimes when you do that, you think about your life and the decisions you've made, and how much of a choice you ever really had about a lot of things. Try not to dwell on stuff like that, though.
Wait, no, not this yet. I'm gonna go back and use that on everything.
What a banana. You give the splay sack soap or interior a brisk jostling. This is just good housekeeping, really. When this thing puts you to sleep, at least you'll have a good place to land.
What was I gonna say? So that means the soap or slime probably isn't replaced, but just sort of stirred up, I guess.
Oh, man.
Maybe it's replaced every so often.
You'll have to change it eventually, like a mattress.
Yeah, probably. What was I gonna say? So that means that the extra Cooper raccoons in Joseph's hive just weren't used or jostled recently.
Yeah.
So that's why when
Joseph doesn't know what a stir is slime.
he does, he's just been losing. He just
hasn't.
He hasn't been doing very well recently.
What a nut. What a newt.
So that's why when Jericho finds it, it's like ew.
Joseph can't just throw his hand at it. He has to get like a paddle.
Yep. Yeah. He
Stir.
doesn't. He can't touch it. Kidding me? Anyway.
Stir it like old spaghetti sauce. And this thing, you nut.
Right.
You scrape at the side of your splay sack with your bent spoon. You sure do that. My gosh.
I want to see that animation again.
You lay down. A splay sack diss track is pretty devastating. You really dig into a bunch of personal stuff that would normally be off the table, just totally pulling no punches. You're pretty sure your friendship with the splay sack is never coming back from this, and you don't even care.
Oh, baby.
Then you release a new arena stickball game grub like 6 times a sweep, and every time you buy it like a sucker and act surprised when nothing's different. It's like, what are they gonna do, change the rules? Haha, that's a dig. Nah, you're pretty busy right now. Only chumps play video games when they have obligations they should be tending to. Haha, that's another dig at the audience.
Yeah, I know.
Manipulating the buttons and sticks is a really great training exercise for precision telekinesis. Unfortunately, the best you can currently manage is to lift the controller and then drop it, so you're kind of shining a third here. You need a fresh game grub to flarp. Also, you need someone else to play with. Short on both counts, idiot.
Oh, what a baby.
That sounds like a good way to ruin the controller, or unruin the spoon, and you're unwilling to do either. You have to crack open the controller to sync them, and it's pretty gross. Pus gets everywhere.
Yeah, because buggies. Bugs. Anyway.
Yeah. Paused right at the height of exciting sport.
Telekinesis it.
Whoa, you're pretty sure you just made the screen flicker. You were blinking, but you're pretty sure. Sometimes you just know these things. You don't flarp with a TV, you flarp with a game grub. Also, you don't flarp at all by yourself, or when your best friend is in peril. Your best friend? What are you talking about, Xefros?
Damn it. That's what he's talking about.
That's right. The player on the paused screen is unimpressed by your bent spoon. Wow, you've been big leaked by a static image. It will take sweeps to recover from this hit to your rep. Boop. Your mic can't interface with your TV, especially when your mic doesn't have any batteries. But
Oh, that's his bolt. I thought it was this thing in the corner.
I'm a snood. The crest of the Alternian Pro Arena Stickball League, with all 15 balls. In a real game of arena stickball, they're all different sizes and each has its own distinct powers. What a nutly arrangement. 6, 5, 3, 1. What is this?
You've already mentioned this.
Yeah, but we didn't mention it in this playthrough.
Alright, let's go.
The balls are all set in there pretty firmly. They're not. There's too much empty space. You could maybe wobble the whole thing off the wall, but you really don't want to break it. Also,
maybe they are in there firmly.
I guess. Also, you're really unsure about your ability to wobble it off the wall, and that would be an embarrassing thing to fail at. You consult your flarp manual to determine the power level of the various orbs. No surprise, the snowball is the deadliest. You're glad that's a fake one.
Who explodes right now?
Snowball. You look into concave side of the bent spoon,
Yes.
hoping the distorted reflection of the stickball crest will allow you to escape your preconceptions and see the game in a whole new way, just completely destroying everyone with your sick lateral thinking and non-traditional playstyle. No dice.
This game does allow you to be a little creative. You don't just, hit the ball and run,
Yeah.
or, you know what I mean?
You run around trying to smack the balls as they fly everywhere. You lay down some pretty complex verse in which you compare yourself to the various balls in sequence, likening their attributes to various elements of your own personality and history. Wow, it's really good. You should write it down before, it's gone.
What a baby.
I feel like that sometimes.
I know. I understand. Okay, let's look at this vault. What if I... Is this... No, I think the whole thing is one big thing.
What a neat. It's your sports vault. Just a huge, heavy vault themed with sports. Arena stickball specifically, and obviously. It's the only place in the hive you can store food for your Lessus. He's so strong he could easily break into any other hiding place. It has a special telekinesis-based interface that tends to wear you out a little, and the combination is pretty hard to remember. What are you talking about? You just gotta move the ball. You can't open the sports vault with your hands. Try thinking before you act. You drop some rebellious anti-establishment rhymes about vaults and your Lessus and some other half-formed concepts about the caste system. It's pretty solid. The vault is having none of it.
I like that. Is that a fleck on your screen? I got it. Don't worry.
What a newt. You could maybe pick the lock with this bent spoon if it were a little sharper, and if you knew how to do that, and if this vault actually featured a tumbler-based lock, which it doesn't. You have a feeling you're bending up the wrong spoon on this one.
Barking up the wrong tree? What is that comparison to? What does barking up the wrong tree mean?
It means you're taking the wrong approach to something.
So it is. I got it. I knew it was that.
You use the cuebat, you snoot.
It's not gonna work anyway, Dylan.
I know.
I'm gonna use the cuebat too. You didn't turn down the volume.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't. You just looked and didn't see it. Turn it down, quick.
Very quickly. I did. What?
There it is. You stoop.
You have been cold. Damn it.
That's what it says. It says you have been cold. Yep.
Oof. That's a rough one. Can be hard to remember the path when you're already concentrating on your shaky telekinesis. It helps if you have just some kind of guide on hand. You've just got the thing, but
You've got just the thing.
You've got just the thing, but you don't think it's in this room.
Okay, now let's try the cuebat on everything.
Oh, newt.
Starting with this room.
Your cuebat is way too big for the precise, delicate, intellectual sports maneuvers necessary to solve the sports vault locking mechanism. With the semi-trained eye of an aspiring professional, you coldly evaluate the form of the player on the screen. It's pretty much perfect. He swings his cuebat like he was born to do it, which, according to the rigors of your incredibly strict caste system, he basically was.
Wait. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, you've broken controllers before in wild fits of frustration before. Or maybe you should say, frustration. You really shouldn't. The guy on TV has long hair, Cameron.
Yeah, he does. He's a snoot.
Arena Stickball is really the only place where Rustbloods like you get
What
to
if
shine.
that's a girl? I always thought it was a girl.
No, he said he.
Oh yeah, it's probably a boy then.
I thought it was a girl too.
Anyway.
But, it's certainly the only place where an indigo would risk their neck to defend you. The brawler on your team is actually a pretty decent guy, all things considered, but Damek doesn't really like you talking to him. Oh.
What snitty relationships.
Oh, Damek, you dish it, but you can't take it.
Okay.
You wanna be wanted by only him. Mm-hmm. You can't have him go after anyone else. Mm-hmm. You would, but geez, splice that guts all over your TV. No thanks. Jeez, just look at that form. Just look at his face. He looks like he could break. Damn it! You knew.
Wait, did I already do this one on him?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
What a snut. Well, you can't put him back. The Thrash Thrust Snow Globes are the best team ever. Period. The worst thing about being on the run is your chances of playing for them one day are basically zero now. Yeah, you've gone down that road before. You used to have a lot more of these.
Boop.
This thing's too worn out to protect anything, and you don't really feel like carrying around a keepsake of all the times things were trying to hurt you. Still, you think you'll stop short of actually smashing it to pieces with your cuebat. As an instrument, it lacks the precision necessary for operations at this scale.
Just gonna quickly save.
What a newt.
Okay, now let's explore the outside with this thing. Okay, it doesn't work on any of the pictures.
What about his room?
I'm gonna go to his room after.
You're not. Don't get mad. Yeah, you kind of hate the smear spinner, but it's pretty expensive, and you don't exactly have a lot of extra money to throw around. In fact, you never have enough by law. It's imperial mandate that Rustbloods not have more than the bare minimum to scrape by, lest they become too powerful, you guess.
That's interesting. So that means Jericho's gonna be a poor snood.
He already is a poor snood.
Dude, that means that people that have been funding Lenin are being illegal.
Oh, newt.
However, Lenin worked with a lot of people, and he ended up dying anyway, and so did a lot of the people he knows, so...
What a snood.
Yeah, it went pretty much as you would expect,
Yeah.
based off of his course of action. However, Michak got by just fine. Hey!
You nut.
Don't touch the mouse.
You don't touch the mouse. You know, maybe scour bristling isn't so bad if you think of the scour bristle as a cuebat and imagine that the dirt on the floor is actually the opposing team during the championship finals. Scores tied, 30 seconds on the clock. It's all down to the wire, and... No, you're just not feeling this at all, sorry. Scour bristling sucks forever.
Boop. Nope. Boop. Boop.
Sure, you'd love to use this cuebat to utterly clean Hive at the arena. That doesn't mean it belongs with the actual cleaning supplies.
Clean Hive, that's interesting. That's a term they use.
Like clean house.
I've never heard that word in human.
I think it means to, like, completely destroy.
Yeah, I assume that's what it means, but I've never heard it used before. Maybe it's an old term.
Oh, I made a newt.
Kind of like Joe Brooks.
What a nut. What a newt.
Joe Brooks is an old human term, and I use that on one of my characters as Joseph Brooks because Joe Brooks means attractive man.
You're so clever.
That's all it means. But I thought it was a funny pun. And then he ended up being a more complicated character, so now he's important.
Combine the cuebat.
He wasn't supposed to be such an important
Combine
character.
it.
With everything, you're right.
Your trusty cuebat. Everything makes a little more sense when you've got this in your hand.
Yep.
Some pushers are so psychically gifted that they wield their cuebats exclusively through telekinesis, leaving their hands free.
Oh, interesting.
To punch people. You're not one of those pushers. You're a scrapper. And you like to hold your cuebat in your hands like a newt. In particular, you like the ricochet of power that shoots up your arms as you smack the hell out of things with it. Also, you're less likely to pass out from the psychic strain that way.
Boop. Nope, doesn't work on it.
Hey, maybe your flirt manual has some tips to improve your martial prowess with your cuebat. Let's see. Melee weapons. Apply your mox points and pulch stat to your whammo adjuster. Okay, that's 3 plus 3 minus... No wait, maybe your cuebat is actually an improvised melee weapon? So instead you want to divide your yes and ratio by your swing reserve, then add your number of current accessible sky-high slots, expending 1 slot for each level of... Ah, dang it. You guessed the cuebat probably an improvised melee weapon sports. So you do the same stuff with an improvised melee weapon, only you need to refer to the Grand Slam Grimoire, a supplement that a flarp supplement that has been out of print for 5 sweeps. Okay. Maybe you can roll the manual up in your offhand and beat enemies with that, or read this stupid thing aloud to them and put them to sleep.
I feel like this is a little bit of a jab at just Dungeons and Dragons. How fucking complicated it is.
Yeah. What a neat.
It's like you're given a Dungeons and Dragons manual, but why the fuck would you want to read that?
I don't know anyone who follows the manual to the T.
No, probably not a whole lot of
It's just
people.
too inconvenient.
I haven't learned how to play, and I don't want to read something. I want to find someone who plays Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, guess what, Cameron? What if I read it and then you learn from me?
Stupid. Sure, go for it, Dylan. I feel like you're gonna get some stuff wrong, though.
We're gonna consult the manual on everything.
It's just like, wait.
Wait. If you won Slam or Get Cold, there'd be no time for pusher practice. Not that there's any time for it now, really. Oh, with the rebellion and everything.
What? Nope.
Did Lowbloods even win Slam or Get Cold?
I'm sure.
What
I'm sure they
do?
can.
What do they do with them?
Become
Where do they put them?
famous pets.
Those stick jammers are holding the poster in way well on their own. Stick jammers. Like, whatever
Special
those are.
things that- yeah.
That's why the spikes on the outside.
Because it's supposed to look like that.
Spikes on both sides.
Yeah, well, it's more like a pushpin. Like, imagine the pushpin, and there's like a little point, but then there's this point, which isn't the part that goes in the wall. It's just like the butt on the outside.
Oh, neat. Yeah, it's pointy.
Yeah, I know, it's also pointy. So,
So you can hurt yourself with it.
yeah, great. There's spikes on everything, Dylan.
Everything. Right. Yeah, no full force strike with your cuebat needed. You just kind of pressed him into the semi-soft wall using the power of your own digits.
Semi-soft wall.
Oh, is it like plaster? Like...
Yeah, probably.
Semi-soft, like... I don't know, what would you consider semi-soft?
Oh, shit. Could I have used the cuebat on...
Oh.
No, because nothing worked on it, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Well, we'll go through if we missed it, just in case.
What on that? Nope. Yep, there's your arena stickball gear, specially made to take hits from any and all arena stickball hazards, getting burned by the match tip, or blasted by the opposing zapper, or mauled by a Lessus controlled by the opposing wrangler, or really any number of other
Okay,
things.
so Wranglers control the Lessuses.
Yeah, you didn't figure that out. What a baby.
Okay, so Zapper's blast. That's all I know about
They
them.
blast. They shoot you with guns.
They blast.
Oh, okay. No!
Oh, sorry.
Cameron. It doesn't take any of those hits especially well, of course, but it does take them. What a newt. Each of the different balls has their own unique effect, although since that's actually a lighting fixture, not a real set of balls, if you were able to strike it with your cue ball like you just considered doing, the only effect they'd produce would be broken glass and probable electrocution.
Baby.
You always gotta shake off the slimies a bit when you're in their prime vigor.
Prime Vigor, what is that?
I don't know, like, best state of being. I don't know, when you feel the best.
So you can shake off slimies. You might not necessarily need to shower.
Shake off the slimies.
Shake off the slimies. They're not like, they're a little more solid than water, so you can just sort of...
Is this like a cuebat term? Is he just comparing it?
I I don't know.
Does he mean like other players, or is it a metaphor?
It might be a metaphor.
I don't understand.
I'll have to think a little harder about that later.
I didn't spend 14 years in liberal arts. I'm sorry, Cohen.
We should spend 14 years in the arts.
No.
Alright, let's go.
It goes to the left of the chitin ridger, of course.
Cuebat?
What?
I'm sorry, let me look at his fucking... It's not on there. Whatever.
Of course not.
It's probably a joke. It's probably a joke.
Probably. They require a more delicate touch, or rather, no touch at all. Poster. Droman Bactar has a pretty good textbook.
So his name is Droman Bactar.
Yeah, pretty good textbook pusher stance, and uses it well. Although you prefer the unconventional foot placement made famous by Zoltan Matzos, you've got a poster of him up in your rumpus room.
Rumpus room.
It's a rumpus room. It's where you have fun.
Yep.
Many's the time you've imagined taking your cuebat to all this depressing junk. Smashing it to unrecognizable pieces would feel so good for a few minutes. Then you'd remember... You'd remember that you need this stuff to practice your buttling, but you need to be good enough to pass your trials, or you'll be cold. And this stuff is expensive. If anything happened to it, it'd be a sweep or two before you could afford another set. You don't have a sweep or two to spare. Oh man. Are you also 14, Xefros? Because you don't have a sweep or two to spare?
For his trials. Maybe the thing is a trial. Just see if you succeed at being whatever you're supposed to be.
Then you go back.
And then you either get called or you don't, and then you may go back, and then you may get sent off at a later point. I don't know when they become adults. I don't know when they get sent off to space.
I don't know. You have to be good at your socially assigned job.
Did I miss anything? I don't think I did.
I'm guessing he means the trials of maturation.
Okay, well, I think we're gonna end that here. We handled all the upstairs. Woo!
Yay!
Woo! Unless we get another item, then we have to use it on the upstairs again.
There's another item downstairs.
Yeah.
It's the stickball playbook.
Alright. Thank you. Goodbye. Oh, also, one thing I forgot to mention. Switching... There was a thing where you could do this thing where you could switch places with our characters.
Oh, yeah.
And Joey has the E-battery. They recently corrected it, so we're not allowed to do that anymore, which kind of sucks. If you put the E-battery with the auto-tune mic...
Yeah, it'll start working.
Yep, and it says something. I forgot what the dialogue was.
It fits perfectly.
Is that what it says?
I believe so.
Does it say anything else?
I don't think so. Although the little icon changes to a flowery musical note icon.
Yeah, little music.
I don't think it does anything different, though.
You guys could look it up yourself. I mean, it's everywhere. It's not everywhere, but it's not that hard to find.
Nope.
Alright. Thanks for watching.
R.I.P.
We'll be back eventually, as in, I'm probably gonna see you this weekend.
Yeah, only a few days.
We'll try and finish the script by then, and also figure out some other stuff like the sequence breaking. You better figure that out. You better figure out a sequence break.
You nut. You newt.
You better do it.
Sequence breaking is done by save editing, which is done by altering the hex codes in the save files, which is very complicated.
Yep, good luck, baby! Because I don't have this game yet. I have to buy it, though, since it's on sale!
Yeah, you can get it a whole $1.20 off.
Woo!
Yeah. Woo. Only $6.79, I think.
We'll be back, and we'll definitely cover the things that we missed, and maybe the things that we...
didn't miss. Just kidding.
We may end up missing some of the things that we missed, but we will definitely find them all, because again, we're going through the entire script. We've only gone through some of the script, being the stuff that we believe we already covered. Yep. However, if we missed something in the script that we didn't believe we already went past, then, you know, we missed that, and we'll pick it up in another episode.
Yeah, we had a plan. We had to reorganize, because there was a clerical error on at least one of our parts.
Yes. Yep, so we were gonna do that this episode, but alas, we have to reorganize some stuff and then be extra sure we didn't miss anything.
We only got further in the game, unfortunately.
Yep, I'm sorry, guys. We'll be back, though, I promise, again. Don't worry.
Merry Thanksgiving, and all hail the chicken god.
Yeah.
Turkey god.
This is stupid.
You're stupid. Shh.
Okay, I'll send it.
Alright.
Bye.
But goodbye, everyone. Happy holidays. See you in a month.
Happy Hanukkah.
Okay. That's enough of that. Retarded.